Okay, now let us start with the simulation part, means the running the program. Now how we will run the program? There are some simple commands. Okay, I suggest you to write down those commands. If you can run those commands simultaneously, then it will be very good. Otherwise, you should at least write the command on your pen and paper. There are only few commands, 2 or 3 commands will be used. Then you can run those commands later. Now for running the program, but first we will have to go to that particular folder where the file is stored. Okay, the file is stored. I have stored the file in the home folder. This is my home folder. Here webinar folder is there and I have stored files here. Okay, so you can do the same thing, or you can save the file to any other folder. So first, when we open the terminal, we are in the home folder automatically. Currently we are in the home folder. Now to go to the webinar folder, since I know that webinar folder is in the home folder only, we can give the command to change directory. But if we do not know the webinar folder is there in the home folder, what we can do, simply type ls. ls will do what? Whatever files and folders are there in the home folder, it will display it. Okay, so is any webinar folder is seen here? Yes, this one is here. So what we can do, there is a command to go in the webinar folder or any folder, cd. cd means change directory space webinar we will write. If we press enter, we will go where? We have entered into the webinar folder. You can see here, webinar folder we have entered. Now you can do the same. If we want to check again what the files and folders present in the webinar folder, we will have to press ls again and press enter. Okay, the file names will be written with the blue color and folders name will be written with the blue color and file names will be a white color. The color codes can be changed in your computer. Okay, but both are shown using different colors. Okay, so here in my webinar folder these files are there, so I can run only the TCL file. TCL file contains the scenario. I can run only the TCL file. Currently what the file I was showing to you is example1b.tcl. Okay, so example1b.tcl is what I was showing you. So here what we will do, we will run it. How we will run it? The running for the TCL file is very simple. Just type ns space the file name. What is the file name? example1b.tcl. Okay, just type it and press enter. As I press enter, the program starts running. If there is no error, the program will run. And what will happen? A network animator file will be generated and a trace file will be generated. 2 files will be generated. Now some persons will be getting some errors, so no problem in that. Some people are getting error in the NAM file. Okay, but first let me repeat the process again, then I will proceed towards solving the error. Okay, so how we will solve the problem, how we will run the program? I will close the terminal and reopen it so that all of you will see it again. I have opened the computer by pressing Ctrl plus Alt plus T. Okay, the terminal is open now. We will have to switch to the particular folder where the file is stored. Okay, so the file is stored in the webinar folder of my computer. cd webinar I will type because I know where it is stored. Now just the file name, what is the file name? By writing ls we can find the file name. You will have to go to your folder. Webinar is the folder that I have created, but you can create your any other folder of you. Okay, paste it in home directory and just type cd space folder name here. Okay, the capital letter, small letter, hyphen, all these things should be taken care of. Okay, because it is a case sensitive. So that is why you will have to take care of the cases, means capital and small letters as well as the symbols. Now for running the file, I will run example1b.tcl. For running the file, I will just simply type ns space file name. What is the file name? example1b.tcl. Okay, if you press enter, the program will run. Okay, now I will play it. Remember, but before playing it, let us remember what we created. We created 4 nodes. Can we see 4 nodes? Yes, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the node 0 is connected to node 2. Yes, node 1 is connected to node 2. Node 2 is connected to node 3. Okay, this is what we created. Okay, so I will run it now. Yeah, if I press the play button, play forward, then you can see the time has started. The time is running. Okay, I will make the window large. Okay, now see, something is happening. I will go back in the time again and will slow the process. Okay, all of you can run in your computers as well. Okay, now I will explain this scenario. Please focus on it. At time 0.5, what happened? The packet is starting to coming out from node 0 to node 1. Okay, from node 0 to node 3 it is going, but the next node is node 2. That is why what is happening? First the packets are being transmitted to 2, then 2 will transmit it to 3. 1 is transmitting to 2, then 2 will transmit it to 3. Okay, now let us see, let us make it a little bit faster. Okay, the packets are coming. You can click on the particular packet and see some information about it. Okay, so here what is written? CBR00 sent at 0.5 second 500 bytes. Okay, now CBR0 means this is the packet ID. 0 means it is from agent 0. Okay, if you click on a packet, a red packet, what you will see? Packet ID is 1 and agent is 1. This shows the agent. And time at 0.5 it is getting transmitted and 500 byte is the size of the packet. Okay, so if you run it, okay, let it run. Now what will happen? 2 is receiving the packets. Now since in the program we wrote that the queue for link 2 to 3 will be shown. So here you can see this queue. These packets are arranged in a queue first. Whatever the node 2 is receiving, it is arranged in the queue first. Okay, so you can see this red packet here. After some time it will come down. Yes, now it will be getting transmitted. Whatever packets the 2 is receiving, it is getting on the top of it. Okay, blue and red, then again blue and red, like this it will come, and from the bottom of the queue the packets will be transmitted one by one, you can see. Okay, now after some time what will happen? Since we have assigned 0.5 millisecond, you remember the program that I have just taught you. We assigned the packet generation rate as 5 millisecond. Okay, so in every 5 millisecond 0 will be generating a packet and transmitting to 2, and 1 will be generating a packet and transmitting to 2. Okay, now what will happen? The queue is building 0 to 2 millisecond, 0 from node 0 to 2, a packet is generated in every 5 millisecond. Similar cases for node 1 to 2. Okay, now what will happen? If you remember, what is the delay we provided for 0 to 2? It is 10 millisecond. Okay, and for 2 to 3 also it is 10 millisecond. For 1 to 2 it is 10 millisecond. Now, so what will happen? 2 will receive after 10 millisecond. What it will receive? It will receive 2 packets simultaneously for this one from node 1 and from node 2. It will arrange those packets in queue. But node 2 has a limitation of sending a particular packet in 10 millisecond because the delay for the link is 10 millisecond. So what the node 2 will do? It will queue up the packets. Okay, so all the packets will be arranged in the queue, and the packets at the bottom of the queue will be transmitted one by one. Okay, now the packets are being queued up in the queue, and some packets from the bottom of the queue will be transmitted. Now what will happen? After some time, because the rate of coming packets in 5 milliseconds, 2 packets are received by node ID 2, but it can only transmit 1 packet in every 10 milliseconds. So what will happen? The queue will be very big, and every queue has a limitation that this much number of packets it can get. Okay, so after some time, I am playing it. After some time, what is happening? You can see the packets are being dropped. Okay, from the top of the queue. So this is the if I click on it, CBR 64 means packet ID 64, and it is written as 0. 0 means 0th agent, and 0th agent is connected to node 0. So it is dropped at this second, 0.674 second it is dropped. Now what will happen? The packets are getting dropped. So if you keep it playing, then you will see the scenario. The same scenario is repeating. Packets are getting transmitted, and some packets are delivered to 3 and other packets are dropped. Okay, so this is what it is. It is very simple to understand. Packets are getting enqueued and they are getting transmitted to node final destination, means node 3, and some packets are getting dropped. Okay, now how we can see which packet is getting dropped at what time? We can click on every packet like this, then we can know, but it is not the good way. We cannot get any output from here. Okay, I will move towards this network animator file only for around 5 minutes. Then I will proceed towards trace file. That is the most important file. Okay, let us run it. Now if you keep running it, there will be no difference. Okay, so I will switch to the code and do some changes in it. Okay, do some changes in the trace file regarding, do some changes in the TCS file regarding the scenario. Suppose we are transmitting at the 5 millisecond, means the packet interval is 5 millisecond, but the transmission speed 10 millisecond. If we increase the interval, will the packet stop dropping? Let us see that. So I will do what? You don't need to do it. If you want, then only you can do. So what I will do, this packet interval I will reduce. reduce means I will increase, means now every 50 millisecond, at every 50 millisecond one packet will be transmitted. Okay, so now what I will do, I will close the existing name windows and okay, I will run it again, run the TCL file again. I will have to run the TCL file again. Why? Because I have made some changes. If I run it, then again the same scenario is there. Now let us make it fast. Now you can see after 50 milliseconds the packets are getting received, and for a small amount of time a packet is enqueued. See here, red packet is enqueued and blue is getting transmitted. Okay, now again the red is also getting transmitted, so there is no packet lost here. Okay, now it is okay. Now you can do what? There are lot of changes you can do in the scenario, like packet size is 500, you can increase it or you can do whatever. Here this variable I told you, I will come back to it. If you keep it 0, Q pose is the here Q position you have written as 0. 0 means I told you the angle of 0 degree. If I run it again, what will happen? You can see, okay, here since the Q is not there, I will go back to the same configuration as earlier. Okay, now you can see the Q type, what type of Q it is. Okay, now earlier Q was going upward, now it is going at the 0 degree angle from this link. Okay, now if we keep it as value as 1, it will go at the 180 degree angle, means in the left direction. So there is nothing in it, you can keep it as 0.5 always. Okay, so no need to change in these things. And even if you work on NH2 for a long time, you will not even see the network animator file. Okay, it is of no use. It is just to use whether your scenario is okay or not. If once it is your scenario is okay, then you will know